guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Peachy and this channel is all about my Sylvanian Families collection. For today's video we're going to be doing an unboxing. Summer here in the UK is traditionally seen as wedding season, or when lots of weddings take place, so I thought what better time to open this lovely set, which is the Sky Blue Wedding Chapel. I've got our lovely bride and groom here. This is Troy and Arabella Dante, and also our vicar. This is Kelvin Waters. We'll be using them to demonstrate the set and probably some other guests as well. Taking a look at the 40th anniversary collection book, we can see that this set first appeared in the Japanese range in 2004. You can see it just at the top of the page there. And there's another little set that accompanied it here with a wedding arch and cakes and some other bits and bobs that you might have at the reception. It also came out at the same time as the photo studio, which makes sense. You can go and have all your fancy photos taken there, including bridal ones. Skipping forward to 2009, we can see the Courtyard restaurant, which had a number of sets that you could set up in the courtyard. And just down here, a couple I thought were interesting. Some bridal ones again, or wedding ones. Got the cake cutting there and also a little kind of reception setup. This building was also released into the UK range by Flair in around about 2005 or 2006. Then interestingly, in around about 2012, Flair re-released this building in this red colourway. Unfortunately, I don't have the physical copy of this magazine, so hopefully this picture isn't too blurry and you can kind of make it out. It came with Kelvin Waters, the vicar. You can also see there was a wedding couple, little bridesmaid set, this really cute wedding car. I don't have that one. We've got Cecil Macy's and his photography set. He is originally a wedding photographer. We've got a little cake set. We've got the reception party set and the marquee to hold the reception in. So they kind of did this whole wedding range in this beautiful red colour. Then in around about 2018, Sylvanian Families in Japan re-released this set as an exclusive product in this very interesting packaging. This then also came to the UK and the rest of the world via the official online shops, and that is where I got mine. So mine is the 2018-ish version. I don't think there's too many differences to the older versions. There might be slightly fewer accessories. I have had this set for a super long time and haven't got around to unboxing it, so let's rectify that today and get on with unboxing it. We'll say goodbye to these guys for now and they'll be back a little bit later on. So the box itself is really interesting. It's kind of got this pencil sketchy artwork of the set on the front rather than a picture of the actual set. But I really like that. It's kind of classy. You can see that design follows the whole way around. You do have the actual set here on the contents, but it's in this kind of blue tone rather than the usual photograph with the actual colours. And you can see the box itself is pretty plain. This is the UK version, so it doesn't have the release year in the same way that the Japanese boxes do. But it's a pretty plain box, but I do like it. It's classy. It looks almost like the box is china and things like that come in. Almost like it's a wedding present. Maybe that's the kind of vibe they were going for. But let's go ahead and get it open. So 4 things in here. We've got the building parts, and I'm guessing this is all the little accessories in this box. So let's have a look at the main building bits first of all. So we can see the building comes in 3 pieces. There's first of all these lovely steps, and I can already see that I could be using these in a number of different setups, not just with this building. These are really nice and versatile. It's nice that they're separate. They've got a nice amount of detailing on them. They've kind of got pavers or bricks around the edge and then kind of a pebble effect on the steps themselves. They are a white colour. They're looking a little grey on camera, but they are very nice and white. And then kind of just a browny brick colour. Hollow on the back. They have this little triangle shape here which slots onto here. Then we have the main building. You can see the lovely sky blue roof. You can see this beautiful patterning here. This is where the turret will pop on, and we'll do that in a minute. The steps just sit on there like that, and then you can move it back and forwards, but if you were to pick it up by the steps, that wouldn't work, but you can pick it up by the main body of the building. I love these faux stained glass windows. They are so pretty, and I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, all the different colours. Even if I pop that behind it, it's not really helping. But there's pinks and blue, you've got these lovely roses, and it really does have the effect of stained glass, and it's kind of embossed on there, so it's not like a flat piece of plastic, it is embossed. Have that on both sides. These lovely pillars in this light blue colour, some detail work on here of ivy. Camera's having a really hard time focusing today. Just there. This kind of plaster-esque rough wall texture, which just adds a nice bit of detail. On this side we have another stained glass window, this time with grapes. Very, very pretty, and some more of that ivy detailing. That brickwork going around as well, and then you can see the roof is kind of just slatted tiles. Same again on the other side, so both sides are identical. And then on the inside, quite a plain open building. You've got white tiling here and then wood just down here in a kind of curved shape. It's not the biggest building. If I put my hand in it, you can see it's only about the depth of my hand. But I think that's all you really need, and I like it from the facade point of view, like this. I think that'll look very pretty in photos. Then we have the turret piece, which sits on the top. Nice pointed roof, again in a matching blue colour. There's room in here for you to put one of the lights. There isn't a light supplied, but it does have the space for it should you want to. A lovely piece of stained glass effect, again this time in a flower shape with green and pink and blues. And then these two cute little windows either side. They're not painted or detailed on the inside, but I think they look very lovely from the outside. And again, this kind of textured plaster-esque wall. I've had to pull the camera quite a ways back because the turret makes the building quite tall, but we can pop it on there like so and see how the building looks as a whole. Really, really pretty. I absolutely love the facade of this. You can just imagine the bride and groom coming out and the confetti everywhere. How lovely. Putting our bride and groom in to give you an idea of the scale. You can see that there. I purposely chose these particular wedding couples because I thought Troy's powder blue suit would just look lovely with the whole aesthetic of the day. But now let's go ahead and look at the smaller accessories this set comes with, and we'll set up the inside of the chapel. Just before I move the camera in a bit closer, I thought you might want to see what it looks like with the turret on at the back. So it looks like this, and then you've obviously got those two little windows either side. So smaller accessories, starting with these benches. You get two of them for your wedding guests to sit on and watch the ceremony. They're quite plain, just white plastic, not a massive amount of detail on them. But I think that might work quite nicely in the end because it's possible your Sylvanians are going to be wearing quite ornate clothes, so this will help those stand out more in the pictures and things, I think, rather than being super ostentatious in their own right. The setup image shows them kind of sitting on there like so, or even further back here like this. They are almost too big for the building, so that's interesting, but I think I'm going to pop them like that for now. Then we also have this little podium for our vicar to stand behind and read the ceremony. Hollow on the back, and again it's just plain white, but I do like the little bit of detail it's got on the front with this diamond piece, and then it's obviously got a flat top there that you could decorate with some bits and pieces. You could put it there like that, and then the bride and groom will be in the middle, or it could be kind of off to the side like so. We then have this lovely pipe organ. I love the detailing on here. I've not got an organ quite like this. It's even got the little pedals down there, again in this lovely white colour. The keys do move, you can push them up and down. There is no lid that you could pull down over them though. There's a space here for sheet music. It doesn't come with any paper pieces, but you could add that yourself. But really like this piece. Excellent for playing all the music for the ceremony. That's shown being off to the side like so. And a little bench to go with that for our organist to sit on. Again, quite a plain piece, white with this nice reddy pinky kind of seat topper. Then on to the much smaller accessories. First off, we have a bell for the chapel. This is a nice gold colour, and then it comes attached to this piece of rope for hanging it up. There isn't anything inside, it's just hollow, but I do like the colour on this. The metallic paint is very nice. There's a little hook just here, which we can hang that on like so, and it just hangs nicely in the chapel kind of archway there. We then have these two little flower pieces. These have little hooks on the back to hook onto the seats that we saw earlier, just to give them a little bit of detail. They're both identical, so we'll just look at one. See, they've got some pink flowers, a bow, and some greenery on the back there. And then it's meant to be kind of wrapped up, I think. And these can just clip onto the seat here, like so. It needs to be on this wider piece for it to really grip on. Sorry, I think I just did that off camera. So it's here like so, and they have quite a tight grip. You could put them down here, but it's very loose and it's not going to stay as well. So I definitely think it needs to be up here. And then the box shows that you can have one on each seat like so, like one there and one. Oops, would help if I put it on the right way up. One there and one there like that, so that they could be kind of coming down the aisle, or you could have them both on the one seat. So having it like this if you wanted to do a setup just with the one bench. But since we've got both benches in the shot, let's do one on either side like so. Just makes those benches a little bit more interesting. Then to match those flowers, we have a lovely bouquet for the bride. So you can see it's kind of wrapped there, and then long flowing flowers, this nice kind of light green on all the leaves, and these are quite nicely detailed even on the back. And then beautiful pink roses. The box has some instructions on it, and it shows kind of slotting this long bit under the bride's arm. So her arm was down like that, and then it kind of shows almost wedging it under her arm, which does work to be fair. And then it looks like she's holding them. That's really pretty and actually works, so that's really good. I was thinking I was going to have to use like an elastic band to have them in her paw, but that looks really good. Since she's already holding them, let's just pop her in the church already. Then final two little accessories, we have this teeny tiny basket with a nice handle. It's got kind of a bow on it there, and it's this nice wicker effect all the way around on the base and inside as well. So this is meant to be for a flower girl, I think. So I'll just pop that there for 1 second. And then to go in that little basket, we have some flowers to be scattered down the aisle. There's two types, these lovely yellow flowers and also these pink roses. These are very tiny, so I'll just hold them flat on my hand like this, but they are nicely detailed with petals and such, even on the backs of them. Very, very pretty, but I imagine these are going to be very easy to lose. But let's pop them in this little basket. So our flower girl, who isn't present at the moment, but we'll have to grab someone to play that role, has those to scatter in her little basket. So that is everything that the set comes with. Let's pop our groom in as well, and also our vicar. And then it seems like we need some guests, so let me go and round up some villagers to be our wedding guests. I have these three from the Royal Wedding Celebration set that Flair put out in 2012. But I really want it to be a Keats Cat wedding party, since they are, or Arabella here is Rossetti's sister. So I think I'm going to borrow these outfits and put them on some Keats, and then they'll be our wedding guests. And there we are with the benches full. Everyone in their very fancy wedding guest outfits, our bride and groom and our vicar at the back there, and little Larkin as the flower girl. I've just taken you off the tripod here to have a closer look at the little setup. And I filmed from both sides as well, so that you can see the guests in all their lovely outfitted glory. The mother and the father figures here are wearing outfits from a Town Series fashion pack. There was one for the male figures with a dad and a son outfit, and one for the mother and the daughter figures with a mother and daughter outfit. That's where those outfits are from. I've deliberately not put anything else in the scene. I just wanted to do today as an unboxing and looking at the set with everything that it comes with as default. There's already a number of things that I think I would add, like a book for the vicar to be reading from, sheet music for the organ, etc. But I think what I'm going to do is a larger setup, or a larger wedding themed setup anyway, and that will probably be my summer scene for this year. So I'm not going to do it here. We'll save that for another video. But I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at this set with me. Let me know in the comments what you think about this set. Do you like this sky blue version, or do you prefer the red version? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye for now.